3, 2, 1.
After 45 years, the Development Academy of the Philippines has much to be proud of. From its small but ambitious beginnings in 1973, the DAP has grown even beyond its founding fathers' vision and expectations. Over the years, the DAP was led by these men and women whose values, passion, and innovative ideas have greatly contributed to its growth. Their competent leadership laid the foundation for the DAP's place in history. Initially, the DAP was created to train career executive service officers in government. Later, the mandate has also included strategic and policy-oriented research and idea generation, in essence being the think tank for the government. It was a good connection. What started out as small ideas have today become institutions in themselves. They were innovations that identified needs and offered solutions, and which now continue to serve the public in many different ways. The DAP's early training and education programs for government executives were also unique and legendary. They can largely be credited for a bureaucracy that has remained professional, competent, neutral, even through numerous administration changes. The DAP also contributed to national productivity and introduced the concept of wiser use of resources for better results. It was instrumental in helping local governments rise above the disasters that hit them. Today, with its cutting-edge training and education programs, the DAP not just develops high-potential executives and managers, it is also molding transformative leaders in the public sector. Leaders who are quietly and efficiently responding to people's needs.
We need to open up our graduate school to visiting professors from abroad, and also to take advantage of the technical experts coming from the APO countries of which we are a member.
The DAP continues to help the government become more effective by pushing for the results-based performance management system, which ensures that the President's vision and goals for the country are implemented correctly. In 2015, the Philippines was recognized by the APO as the Center of Excellence for Public Sector Productivity, mainly because of the programs built to streamline processes and make service client-focused. Eventually, the public can expect shorter lines and quicker service. While keeping a low profile and being content to work in the background, the DAP remains relevant and sensitive to the public's needs and expectations.
DAP, as a knowledge institution, is a solutions provider. DAP as an institution is exactly what our bureaucracy needs at this time. An institution that creates the best ideas for our bureaucracy to work. And that is exactly what we need in governance. Unless there is such an institution, we do not expect change to come automatically.
After 45 years, DAP's founding fathers must really be smiling.
Good afternoon, esteemed guests and fellow advocates of quality. Welcome to QWS 101 Orientation on the Adoption of Quality Workplace Standards for LGUs, Healthcare, SUCs, and NGAs. Today holds the promise of an exciting exploration into how quality workplace standards can significantly enhance the quality of public service delivery and elevate employee well-being through standardizing government workplaces. Before we start, let's ensure our technical setup is functional. May we request the presenters and facilitators to do a quick audio and video check to guarantee everyone can hear you loud and clear. To our esteemed participants, let us know if you can hear and see them well by raising your hand or typing good afternoon in the chat box. Let's start with Director Macariola. Ma'am, good afternoon. May we check your audio and video, please?
Yes, good afternoon.
All right.
Can you
thank
see me
so
now?
much,
Can you see
ma'am.
and hear me now?
Yes, I think our participants is able to see you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right. How about Mr. Alawi? Good afternoon, sir. May we check your audio and video, please? All right, let's wait for Mr. Alawi to respond to our video and audio check. All right, we'll go back shortly with Mr. Alawi. How about Director Villafranca? Good afternoon, sir. May we hear your audio and video check, please?
Good afternoon, everyone.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, how about Mr. Alawi? May we hear again, Mr. Alawi?
Hi, good afternoon.
All right, thank you, sir, for confirming. Thank you for confirming your audio and video setup. Now, let's shift to our virtual aspect as we ensure that everyone can both see and hear our presenters. All right, I think our participants are able to see and hear our presenters well. All right, seems everything is good and well with our audio and video. Now, may we request everyone to close their camera and microphone as we start the session. Thank you for your cooperation. While waiting for other participants to join us, let us watch the GQMP video and register in the attendance form.
In pursuit of performance excellence, tangible results speak louder than words. Imagine experiencing government services that are not just good, but exceptional.
Upon checking po sa library portal, there are several research that I can truly use po in my studies.
They're very helpful. If you want some assistance, they'll help you readily. The staff are very kind.
So, very fast yung service and then mababait din yung mga kausap ko dito. In less than 30 minutes, okay na ako.
Here's the exciting part. That vision is now turning into a reality. Recent satisfaction surveys portray a vivid picture of progress, a statement to the positive impact of improvement initiatives in the public sector. Reforms are being felt not only by the citizens, but also by the business community. A contributory factor to achieving these improvements is a widespread adoption of ISO 9001 quality management system significantly. By virtue of Executive Order Number 605, the Government Quality Management Program, or the GQMP, was established, institutionalizing the structure, mechanisms, and standards to implement the program. The GQMP aligns with Ambisyon Natin 2040, the country's long-term vision of a matatag, maginhawa, and panatag na buhay, to boost public service performance through the adoption of ISO 9001 quality management systems in government agencies. GQMP helps improve and strengthen quality and productivity across the government sector. It focuses on three key components: development of a government quality management system standards, implementation of advocacy and capability building, and certification of agencies' organizational management system to Government Quality Management System standard. Since 2008, numerous beneficiary agencies have been assisted by the Development Academy of the Philippines as lead in the advocacy and capability building component of the GQMP.
We would like to express our gratitude to DAP for continuously providing training and education to partner agencies, particularly LGUs. Mandaluyong is a manifestation of this, the quality training that was given to us. It became the basis of quality service. It enhanced the services that is being given by the 39 offices.
The adoption of QMS and the subsequent attainment of ISO 9001 certification has enabled government agencies to achieve their objectives by gaining a renewed understanding of their customers' requirements and operational processes. Going beyond QMS, the GQMP has taken significant leaps in its priorities by advancing quality improvement initiatives, equipping government agencies with systems improvement mechanisms, harmonizing the delivery of public services and promoting best practices, and effectively planning for and addressing risks and opportunities on the establishment, expansion, and harmonization of ISO 9001 QMS.
Very thankful ang National Library sa DAP dahil doon sa assistance na i-share niya sa amin ay nakatulong talaga. Before, meron na talaga kaming risk management procedure. But because of this, parang mas napadali yung pag-finalize namin nung risk management procedure ng National Library of the Philippines.
Grateful and thankful lalo na po sa mga staff po ng DAP. Kasi talaga yung patience nila sa amin grabe. Tsaka yung learnings iba talaga. Kahit gaano kalalim ba yung words, parang kaya na namin siyang intindihin or mas madali na namin siyang maintindihan.
GQMP stands at the forefront of revolutionizing government services, adopting a people-centric approach. It calls on the public sector to proactively listen to emerging citizen preferences, identify core drivers of citizen satisfaction, and develop and improve the design of systems and frontline services. The goal is to ensure enhanced and customized public service delivery reflected in the service quality standards. This is the essence of what the Government Quality Management Program brings. A commitment to a government that not only works better, but serves better. A government that stands shoulder to shoulder with the best in the world, leading the way with quality management to better serve the citizens. Join the hashtag QMSGovPH and be part of the QMS practitioners in government. For more information on the GQMP, reach us through website, Facebook, and email.
Again, a pleasant afternoon to our esteemed speakers and participants. Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin our orientation, we take a moment of reflection for the invocation.
Please pause for a while as we invoke the presence of the Almighty Father. Let us pray. O God, Creator of all things, Master of life, Fountain of eternal joy, we praise your magnificent name and express our gratitude for the gift of life that you have bestowed upon us. Thank you, Lord, for this beautiful world you've made for us. Thank you to our leaders who show us the path of goodness. Thank you to our colleagues who teach us about friendship and make our workplace an enjoyable place to be. As we commence our endeavor, grant us wisdom and insight, openness and enthusiasm, humility and tolerance. May everyone be inspired in everything we do, and may your saving grace remain with us, so that all our prayers and efforts begin and end with you. Teach us endurance, Lord, so that at the end of the day, we can say, we lived according to your will. All this we ask and pray in your mighty name. Amen.
All right, to continue, we are happy to see that various government organizations have joined us today. Let me acknowledge our Zoom participants first. We have from the Davao Regional Medical Center. Good afternoon po, everyone. From the Department of Agrarian Reform, Regional Office 2. OFW, Dinalupihan Water District, DOST, Region 9. Department of Environment and Natural Resources, DILG, CDA, Abuyog Community College. Magandang hapon din po, National Police Commission, Mimaropa, NAPOLCOM NCR, DOST, PSHS IRC, Bureau of Agricultural and Fisheries Engineering, Municipality of San Manuel Tarlac, DENR, Baguio Health Services Office. Good afternoon, PUP Manila, Department of Environment and Natural Resources, Professional Regulation Commission, Philippine Sports Commission, Department of Justice, Office of the Provincial Prosecutor of Misamis Oriental, and Nueva Vizcaya State University. And of course, magandang hapon din po to our YouTube participants joining us this afternoon from the National Commission for Culture and the Arts, Teacher Education Council Secretariat, Sultan Kudarat State University. Good afternoon, CVMC, PCSO, Research Institute for Tropical Medicine, DHSUD, Department of Social Welfare and Development Region 2, Sangguniang Panlalawigan Provincial Local Government Unit of Nueva Vizcaya, TESDA Provincial Training Center, Cebu, Minglanilla, Mindanao State University at Naawan Campus, Bukidnon State University, Northeastern Mindanao State University, and DOH Central Luzon Center for Health Development. Magandang hapon po to all of our participants in Zoom and on YouTube joining us today. Although we are just interacting with you virtually or with everyone virtually, we are still happy to see all of you. Currently, we have approximately 120 participants joining us in YouTube and 1,000 participants in Zoom. We hope that everyone have registered their attendance through the Google form link posted on the screen and in the chat box. Welcome to the orientation on QWS, everyone. Magandang hapon po ulit sa lahat. Before we plunge into the presentations, let's briefly run through on our objectives and program outline. The objectives of the orientation are: understand core QWS concepts and their alignment with government excellence goals. Identify common public sector workplace challenges like space constraints, outdated equipment, and safety issues. Appreciate the importance and benefits of implementing QWS at the agency level, and be introduced to workplace assessment, methods, and approaches to foster continuous improvement and recognition. As for our program, it is a blend of insights, discussion, and actionable steps. We commence with a welcome and introduction, followed by the first presentation on understanding QWS for the public sector. Next, we'll engage with two speakers sharing with us their experiences in adopting quality workplace standards. Finally, we'll conclude with an open forum to raise your questions and gather your key takeaways on the presentation. So we'll be having a Q&A portion later on. Let's immerse ourselves in the essence of QWS with understanding QWS for the public sector. It is my pleasure to introduce the Director of the Development Academy of the Philippines, Productivity and Development Center, Advocacy and Institutional Development Office, Director Evangeline M. Macariola. She is a diploma holder of Masters in Productivity and Quality Management at the DAP and a certificate holder of Industrial Relations and Human Resource Management at the University of the Philippines. Her professional experience includes human resource development, education and training, publications and public relations for private and government agencies like Magnolia of San Miguel Corporation, National Productivity Commission, now the National Wages and Productivity Commission, and Eastern Telecom Philippines, and others. Also, she was responsible for DAP programs related to labor management consultation mechanism, supervisory effectiveness for productivity, productivity improvement circle, 5S, suggestion scheme, and total quality management, and was a core staff of JICA's Productivity Development Program for the Philippines. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to our speaker, Director Evangeline M. Macariola, who will enlighten us on this subject.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. So how many participants do we have now? More than 1,000. So I surmise that many of you are interested to listen to this afternoon's presentation. Okay, so I am very excited to delve into two crucial topics that directly impact the public sector. The first topic is understanding quality workplace standards, or QWS, for the public sector, where we will explore what it is and why its adoption is vital. The second topic, it revolves around exploring challenges in the public sector, focusing on the typical workplace challenges and strategies for adopting the quality workplace program. So let's dive right into it now. Okay, what is QWS? And QWS, or Quality Workplace Standard, is a clear set of workplace conditions to achieve the conformity of your product or service. The Development Academy of the Philippines Productivity and Development Center, through the Government Quality Management Program, developed the QWS based on 5S Good Housekeeping principles for various public organizations, including state universities and colleges, national government agencies, public healthcare, and local government units. Yan. So QWS sets the benchmark for optimal working conditions within the organization. It also serves as a mechanism for quality control and compliance that defines the conditions that are to be achieved and maintained within the workplace. And lastly, it defines the guidelines for implementing and evaluating the 5S program. Ayan. Okay, so the DAP developed 4 manuals. These manuals are for the local government units. Ayan, you see them now on screen. For the local government units, for the national government agencies, for the SUCs, and public healthcare. Yan, these manuals were developed in collaboration with technical experts in 5S, looking at human factors, environmental management, and occupational safety and health standards, ensuring their relevance and appropriateness, and have also undergone validation by the Philippine College of Occupational Medicine. The development of the QWS involved a rigorous process that included extensive research, consultation, and best practices in workplace design and management as we experience its implementation in the different agencies that we have assisted. Okay, so we'll show you a glimpse of what the QWS manuals are. Ito po yung una naming na-develop. Okay, dali lang ha. Okay. So you see on screen the QWS for the local government units. We will flip through the pages. Yung 4 manuals po that first table of contents. Most of you are familiar with this. First S is Siri.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Please excuse me. I think that there might be a problem with regards to your audio. All right, so we are experiencing technical difficulty as there might be technical problem when it comes to the audio from the end of our presenter, Director Evangeline M. Carriola. So we'll be coordinating with the team with regards to the technical problem. So please bear with us as we are in a live discussion. All right. Just don't forget.
Okay, so can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Oo. Nawala ba ako kanina?
Medyo choppy lang po, ma'am, kanina.
Okay. Sige po. Okay, pinapacheck lang namin. Okay, sandali ah.
Right. So while waiting for Director Macariola, I would want to reiterate our attendance. Please ensure to complete our attendance form or fill out our attendance form posted on our chat box. All right?
Okay, so am I clear now?
Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear po.
Sige. Thank you. You can now see on screen the first manual that we've developed for the LGUs. Kung nakita nyo yung previous slide ko, yung design no, ng aming manuals differ only in the colors. No? Pare-pareho lang sila ng, cover designs, but the photos no, in the cover design are from specific places no in the specific sector. Okay? So ang nakikita nyo ngayon sa LGU, so makakakita kayo, nakikita nyo on screen or is a sample no of the photos in the LGUs. Okay? So as I said earlier, common po yung contents ng iba't ibang manuals. Meron lang silang mga peculiarities no as the sector would require. Okay. So ayan po, doon sa kung hindi niyo nadinig kanina yung introduction part po will contain contains the definition or description of the 5 S's which are the 5 Japanese words, ayan, which start with the letter S. So makikita nyo on screen yung first S is seiri, which means sort. Second, seiton, which means set in order. Third, seiso, which means shine. Fourth, seiketsu, which means standardize. And fifth, shitsuke, which means sustain. Ayan. So let's flip through the pages. Yung mga taga-LGUs po, maybe you can relate to the following contents of the pages. Ayan, merong general. Okay, sa general portion po ng manual na ito, andyan po yung lahat ng makikita nating elements no sa isang LGU, okay? And then ano na yung beside the pictures no or sample photos po, andyan po yung mga yung components, okay? And then ano yung standards no per component. Ayan, so very easy reference no that we can use to improve our workplaces. Ayan, so okay, let's flip through the page. Ayan, the second part after the general is the frontline area. So ano yung makikita natin sa mga frontline areas ng ibang LGUs? Andyan din po yan, nakadescribe. And then per area, okay, andyan po yung standards na pwede nating i-adopt sa ating mga offices. And then third, okay, we also have the admin-related areas, ayan, or facilities. Ayan, ano ba yung makikita natin dun sa mga admin-related areas no, of the LGUs? Andyan yan, naka-enumerate isa-isa, at saka yung mga standards na pwede natin i-apply sa ating LGU. And then lastly, last part of that manual is the material recovery facilities. Previous page, real. Hindi na, bumibilis yung ating flip. Anyway, the last part is the material recovery facilities. Sige. And then of course, yung last part would be yung ating mga glossary of terms, references na ginamit namin, and then the photo credits no, for the specific sector. Ayan po yung content. Okay, so we go to the next manual that we have developed. And this is for the healthcare. Yung healthcare, kulay green naman yung kanyang main color. And then, the same pa rin po yung laman ng loob niya. Merong introduction. Merong table of contents, preface and acknowledgement, introduction, general, frontline, admin-related facilities or areas. So, andyan lahat. Of course, doon sa elements na makikita per section, meron pong peculiarity per specific sector. Okay, can we now go to the next manual? Ayan, so do we have many participants here coming from the healthcare sector this afternoon? Ayan, MOPH. Ano nga ba ibig sabihin ng MOPH? PhilHealth. Ayan, meron palang from PhilHealth also. Okay, Region 2 Trauma and Medical Center, RITM. Oh, very good. We have good representatives coming from the healthcare sector. JRRMC, thank you. Thank you for participating in this afternoon session. And KTI, LHMR, LHMRH ba yun? Ba, meron pang from Hospital Riyadh. Pero andito na po kayo sa Philippines. PGC, okay. Sige, very good, no? So you can avail of this manual, no? After today's session. Okay, can we go to the next manual? We have the State Universities and Colleges Manual. Ang color niya ay yellow. Ayan. So, same. Okay. Ayan, may contents, of course. Table of contents, of course. Preface and acknowledgements. Then, yung general areas that you can see in a state university and college. Andyan din, yung susunod na pages. Ayan, naka-enumerate siya. So, may mga sample photos po kaming na-collect. Okay? And sumunod dyan yung admin-related facilities. Frontline, meron din silang frontline and admin-related facilities. Okay, and the last manual that we developed is the National Government Agencies Manual. Ang color niya ay blue. Yan, ang ganda ng color. Color blue. Ayan, sige, just flip through the pages. Ayan po. Ayan. So we have many representatives here coming from our national line agencies. Ayan, yung ba yan? Zamboanga City. Ayan, BAI, PIVAL. And Joey Tejan, LSS, PhilHealth, PIR, BIFAR. Okay, thank you very much for participating in this afternoon session. LTO, PSA din ako nakita, Zamboanga City. Okay, sige po. So those are the manuals. I'm sure you're also excited to have copies of those. Okay, so can I now go back to my presentation? Wait. There you go. Ayan. So those are the 4 standards. Ayan, sabi dyan sa screen, a quality workplace is a productive workplace. Without guidance, there is no standards. And without standards, there is no consistency. So we deemed it wise to really develop those standards. And of course, the contents of that were gathered from the different stakeholders that we've consulted and the different courses, workshops that we've conducted with the 4 sectors mentioned. So besides the establishment of these 4 standards, all of us in the government should actively disseminate information, okay, promote awareness, allocate budget for implementation or adoption, and monitor progress to facilitate continuous improvement and widespread adoption or alignment with the recommended quality workplace standards. We're doing this because this is also part of the requirement for your ISO 9001 certification. Diba sinabi doon, kailangan we should see our workplace environment so that our employees will deliver quality goods and services. Okay, you can now download these manuals at the PDC webpage and navigate the section where the manual is available. Again, you can see that on screen. Just remember to comply with any terms of use, copyright restrictions, or licensing agreements associated with the materials you're trying to access and download. If you have specific questions about the content of the QWS manuals or need assistance in navigating the webpage, consider reaching out to the Productivity and Development Center of the Development Academy of the Philippines via email address pdc@dap.edu.ph. Ayan po. So we're done with the first part of my presentation. So I discussed what QWS is and why we need to adopt QWS in the public sector. Let's now turn our attention to the second part, exploring challenges in the public sector. And so understanding these challenges is essential for paving the way toward a more effective adoption of the Quality Workplace Program. So, what are the typical workplace challenges in the public sector and how can we overcome them? That is what I will discuss with you now. Yan. Okay. There. These are some of the typical workplace challenges that we are being confronted with on a day-to-day basis. It's a reality that we often encounter crowded, worn-out facilities, not just in offices, but also in public schools and worse, in hospitals or healthcare facilities. Additionally, there's the concerning issue of non-compliance with persons with disabilities. Okay. Another is the crowded, worn-out facilities and office fixtures. This not only affects the physical environment, but can also impact employee well-being and overall productivity. Ayan, kasi yung impact on employee, there is impact on employee morale and productivity. We know that crowded and poorly maintained offices can have a detrimental effect on employee morale and productivity. It may lead to increased stress levels, difficulty in concentrating, and a decline in the overall quality of work. Okay, so we have to address these challenges. Is it essential to consider office redesign, decluttering, and investing in maintenance? Oh, okay. Sige. Ayan, what you see on screen is a service quality standards, no? The DAP also conducted in 2022 a focus group discussion on citizen satisfaction. This highlighted several workplace issues. Ang nagsabi nito yung mga respondents nitong FGD on citizen sat na ito. So sabi nila kailangan ensure daw yung clear visual display and signage for seamless guidance during process steps daw. I-document yung submissions and fee payments while restricting the display of political tarps. Yan. Kasi madaming mga naka-display na hindi naman related dun sa sa services na dinedeliver ng ating mga offices, no? And then aligning office layouts with transaction processes to optimize efficiency. This means that kung ano yung flow ng process mo, sana ganun din yung layout no nung office, magkakasunod. Hindi yung isang yung susunod na step ay nandun pa sa kabilang kwarto or nasa kabilang building ng office na yon. So sana maayos din yung layout following the process steps. Okay, next. Ayan. Implementing visual controls such as queue numbers and LED displays to enhance productivity and streamline processes. So, mas maganda rin na meron tayong LED displays, no? Lalo na pag yung ating frontline service ay dinudumog talaga ng madaming tao, no? Those visual controls will really help your clients a lot or the citizens a lot to enhance productivity and streamline processes. Another is facilitating easy retrieval of necessary documents. Okay? Kapag maayos kasi yung ating workplaces, organized yung tago natin ng ating mga documents, ay madali din siyang ma-retrieve. Okay? Another is establishing dedicated lanes for people with special needs to promote inclusivity. Okay? Meron silang priority lanes. Okay? Embracing a digital workplace with user-friendly online platforms and accessible payment facilities like GCash. Yan. Lalo na for senior citizens natin. Nahirap mag-adapt sa online mode natin ngayon, no? Or virtual mode natin. So kailangan user-friendly naman yung ating mga online platforms. Okay, another is maintaining cleanliness, sanitation, orderliness, waste management, and providing adequate space with comfortable waiting and common areas, no? So now you see agencies, no, na nagpo-provide sila ng mga benches, no, for their clients, no, to sit down to, so they won't complain with the long queues. Ayan, tapos may maayos na toilets with running water, with soap, with tissue, and with alcohol, no? I-consider natin lahat yan ngayon because of because of the pandemic, no? So kailangan in place pa rin yan. In place lahat yan sa ating mga toilets, no? Okay. And then enhancing overall service experience by providing additional services such as food courts and photocopying machines. Okay? Yan, yung available of photocopy machine within the frontline area. Kasi minsan it is very yung masyadong problematic, no, sa ating mga citizens na lalabas pa ng office, maghahanap ng photocopying machine para i-photocopy yung mga documents that they need to submit to the agency. So maganda na meron na rin photocopying machine in place within the office. Okay, so those are some of the concerns, no, raised by the citizens during that focus group discussion activity. Okay, ang QWS din, no, should be aligned with existing initiatives, no, like the Joint Memorandum Circular Number 1, Series of 2020, issued by the Civil Service Commission, the Department of Health, and the Department of Labor and Employment. So ayan yung mga related legislation and standards issued by the different agencies, including Executive Order Number 605, pati na rin yung mga global standards on ISO 14001 and ISO 45000. 14001 is about environmental management system, and 45001 is about occupational health and safety risk management. So the QWS that we are proposing is aligned with this different legislations and standards. Others are, I mentioned earlier, the Philippine Labor Code, the ILO, Public Service Employment Convention number 158, the DOLE Department Order number 183, the Civil Service Memorandum Circular number 19 on the guidelines on the implementation of 5S program in the public sector. Okay, the records management guidelines of the NAP, National Archives of the Philippines, and the PhilHealth Bench Book Standard for the assessment of hospitals applying for centers of excellence under the National Health Insurance Program. Ayan. Okay. So we encourage everyone to adopt QWS at the agency level. This is to standardize key elements and conditions and to improve the quality and productivity of public service delivery. Promoting the establishment and the widespread distribution of QWS manuals encourages the adoption and implementation of QWS in the public sector. So we'd like to seek your feedback for continuous improvement kasi yung na-develop po naming manuals ay hindi na yan yun. It's still a work in progress. So we will distribute it to or disseminate it to the different agencies, and we'd like you to implement it in your agency. And then we'd like to get feedback from you on how we can further improve what we have initially developed. Ayan. So it's still a work in progress, in short. Okay. Ayan, advocating for the establishment and implementation of QWS based on recommended minimum standards aligns also with the Philippine Development Plan 2023-2028, particularly Chapter 14, Outcome 3, which underscores the rationalization and strengthening of government functions, systems, and mechanisms to enhance organizational performance. Ayan, it is also aligned with the government quality management program's objectives on strengthening the QMS risk-based management capability of public sector organizations towards the attainment of organizational goals and objectives, promote evidence-based improvement in the delivery of public services, effect service quality improvement through various productivity and quality improvement standards, tools, and techniques, and accelerate performance improvement through recognition of high performing PSOs and promotion of best practices. So nakafocus po tayo dyan sa Objective 3 of the Government Quality Management Program. Ayan. So implementing the QWS in the public sector intends to align workplace elements and conditions across public sector organizations with recommended standards and is expected to achieve the following outcomes. Ayan po yung mga outcomes you see on screen. Okay, increased productivity, which contributes to the achievement of performance targets. Reduction in waste, including errors and mistakes, over-processing, delays in processing, mobility concerns, clutter resulting from excessive supplies and materials, as well as workplace injuries and illnesses and client complaints. These reductions promote more efficient service delivery and cost effectiveness. Enhanced employee well-being, increasing job satisfaction, reducing stress levels, improving overall employee morale, and better workforce retention. And lastly, compliance with related regulations, guidelines, and standards. So you can evaluate this by assessing its relevance, appropriateness, and benefits. Sample key performance indicators to measure improvements, no, as you implement, no, the QWS may include service delivery time, error rates, employee productivity metrics, workplace injury incidents, waste reduction percentages, employee satisfaction surveys. So regular monitoring and evaluation of these KPIs will provide valuable insights for continuous improvement and necessary adjustments to the QWS implementation. So after some time of implementing, no, the recommended QWS, no, for your specific sectors, you can apply, no, these KPIs, no, to measure its impact to your agencies. Okay, so we're now calling on everybody to call for action to implement. Okay, there, yeah. Calling on everybody to implement. No? First, of course, download the manuals from the PDC FB page, and then disseminate this to your agency for everyone to implement. You can probably issue a department order. Ayan. Issue a department order to implement, no, the QWS. Right now, of course, we're targeting to complete the 4 manuals, no, before the end of December. But this afternoon, we will now upload, tama ba yun? Upload the 3 manuals, no, sa aming FB page. The other manual, the NGA, will follow suit, no, maybe before the end of this week or early next week. Ayan. Okay. So yung mga NGAs, please be patient. Bear with us. O, kasi pina-finalize pa po, no, yung ating manual. Okay. Next. Okay, next slide. Ayan. So I hope you will be with us. Ayan, kasi we're really trying to make a dent, no, in the delivery of our services to our general public. Sinasabi nga natin that together, everyone achieves more. If we will implement this in our own agency, it's better that we also provide an orientation with the use, no, of the manual. You also orient your employees who are not with us in this afternoon's orientation. So orient them on how you can implement, no, the QWS, no, in your specific areas. Okay. And then what's the next? Ayan. We also have a sample here of a memorandum of a guideline, no, that you can use so that everybody will implement this in your agency. Ayan, memorandum to encourage everyone to adopt this in your agency. Ayan, guidelines on the adoption of the quality workplace standard. Ayan, so pwede kayo maglabas ng memorandum circular so that everyone will really follow. Kasi pag walang memorandum circular, usually everyone will not comply, di ba? So better that we issue a memorandum circular. Okay? Another is, ayan. Next slide tayo. Okay. What else? Eto na. Okay, may risk and mitigations. Okay. Yan. Yan. So in the course of the implementation, we cannot avoid risk, no? Ayan. So we have to mitigate potential risks such as stakeholder opposition, implementation challenges, and resistance to change. Also, comprehensive stakeholder consultations, kailangan natin gawin, clear communication, and orientation on the benefits of the QMS, no? So those are needed so that we can mitigate the potential risks. Yan. Okay, next slide. There. Ayan. We also develop IEC materials to effectively promote and implement the QWS. We have sample brochures, ayan, that you can use, no? Or banners, posters that you can use in your own agencies. Ayan, you can see them now on screen. And to raise awareness on the need to set QWS and how the QWS can enjoin agencies to consistently adopt minimum workplace elements and conditions. So it will utilize various communication strategies, including digital posters, on websites and social media platforms, press releases, collaborations with different government agencies. Pwede rin kayo mag-webinars, pwede mag-case studies, pwede rin magkaroon ng benchmarking with other agencies. You visit them to see their best practices. Ayan. So you can do a lot, no? So that people will really appreciate the importance of implementing this. Okay. Next. Ayan, wala na ata. So those are all. Thank you very much. If you have questions, I'm open to your questions.
All right, thank you so much, Director Macariola, for providing an overview on the importance of workplace standards in facilitating transactions in government offices and exploring workplace challenges in the public sector. Now, let's make this engaging by sharing your thoughts in the chat box from these questions. All right, so we have prepared questions for you guys. So you can share your answers to our chat boxes both in Zoom and on YouTube. So the first question, please identify what are the hurdles or inconsistencies or concerns in the workspace that impede productivity and service quality in the government. Again, the first question, please identify what are the hurdles or inconsistencies or concerns in the workspace that impede productivity and service quality in the government. Right? You may share po sa ating chat boxes both sa ating Zoom and YouTube po, YouTube live streaming po natin your answers. So ano ba yung mga hurdles or challenges that you experience or you encounter in your workspace that impede productivity and service quality? Ano-ano po ba yung mga na-experience po ninyo? Alright, so I think we have answers coming in sa ating Zoom. So we have from PGC, Maria Celeste S. Abad. Procurement process. So isa daw si procurement process sa mga naging hurdles or inconsistency or naging concerns nila in their workspace that impede yung productivity and service quality nila. We also have from LGU San Fabian, Miss Abigail C. Balagot, no proper trainings. So very important si proper training natin. From DOH, fund. Siguro availability ng fund. From Palangka Ana Maria, not enough workspace. ISUCC, Miss Shaira Painor, poor facilities. So how can you work efficiently talaga if there might be no enough workspace or poor facilities sa atin. So safety rin siya to ensure safety in our workspace. DSWD Vivian Agustin, limited workspace. PRC Herbert, poor facilities. From Ma'am Lorena Espejo, same thing. Poor facilities or clutter. DFA, Miss Jolina Tayoto. Limited workspace. LGU, Kawayan City, Marie Grace Mora, outdated office equipments. Examples daw yung desktop computer. So dapat nag-a-upgrade tayo ng mga office equipments natin to work efficiently. NCIP, CAR, Esperanza L. Lupante, limited funds. From Ma'am Sheila Ego, inadequate workspaces. NFA Quezon, Marilyn Garcia, changing of guards or heads. Guard heads siguro. RTU, Amor Mia Rodita, poor facilities. Limited workspace from Sir Kurt Mondilla. From PhilHealth, Laarni Joy E. Alyanik. Limited funding. OFW Hospital, Ralph Julius Mendoza, congestions of clients, long waiting time. From Ma'am April Joy Reyes, lack of funds and facilities. RITM Jose Paulo Merilles, outdated equipment. Alright? So, parang common yung mga nagiging sagot ng mga participants natin. BFAR, Region 1, Girly de la Peña, tedious process, too many requirements. Design Center of the Philippines, si Ma'am Heidelbert Quinto, non-compliance with 7S. From Ma'am Divina El Cachero, lack of resources. Right? We have also here from Ma'am Gina Molehon, limited works. From Mandaue CPDO, Angeline S. Herrero, limited workspace. From Cavite, Chino Jeff of PSA Cavite, procurement and infrastructure. Right? Coming in pa yung mga answers natin from our participants. We have in here from LTO Dagupan Ofelia, El Castaneto, facilities. And we have NPO Regeline Reyes, resistance to change. And Miss Michelle Palongjas, poor management. Thank you everyone for your responses. Accordingly, we summarize your answers, and generally we agreed that some of the hurdles or inconsistencies that you have encountered and experienced are the following. So we have aging office buildings and outdated facilities can hinder productivity. For instance, inadequate lighting, ventilation, or ergonomic furniture may contribute to discomfort and reduce efficiency ng mga workers natin. Also, overcrowded offices can lead to a noisy and distracting atmosphere, affecting concentration and overall productivity. And of course, poorly designed office layouts can create bottlenecks and hinder the flow of work, leading to inefficiencies. All right. So we have one more question for you. The second question, how do you envision QWS positively influencing the quality of public service delivery within your respective organization? Again, our second question, how do you envision QWS positively influencing quality of public service delivery within your respective organization? So again, please post your answers sa ating chat box both in Zoom and on YouTube live streaming po natin. Ano ba yung na-envision ninyo when it comes to QWS? What are the positive influence na pwedeng ibigay sa atin ni QWS when it comes to public service delivery or yung quality ng public service delivery ng ating mga organizations? Alright? So let's see ano yung mga responses ng ating participants. Do we have responses coming in already? Let me just check some of the responses. Alright, to our ever active participants. Sige, medyo mabilis yung takbo ng ating chat boxes. Please bear with us. Alright. Let me check or read some of the answers. Efficiency and effectiveness from NFA Quezon, I think Marilyn Garcia, UPLB, Speed Chrysostoma, quality service and productivity workplace. All right. From PFDA, Maria Christine, this will improve performance quality, productivity, and ensured client satisfaction. From Cavite State University, Mary Jane D. Tepora, satisfied clients. PSHS, Car Campus, we have Ma'am Twinkle, consistency in the implementation, not just during audits. All right. Maximize outputs from SSS Carlito. Assist in streamlining the process, will assist in standardizing the process reports to ensure timeliness. From Ma'am Graho, from Ma'am Jenny, smooth transactions and client satisfaction, efficient utilization of resources. From NHA Kathleen Andrea. From DepEd Region 7, from Ma'am Jorina, multitasking. Satisfied clients from Ma'am Lorraine of PLGU PDI. From BIFAR Central Office, Ma'am Maria, satisfactory service delivery to clients. What else do we have? Positive feedback of client customer. From Sir Peter. From ISU, Ma'am Emmy, employees' well-being and productivity. We also have satisfied clients from CDOT IPC, customer satisfaction and efficient service delivery from RITM, Jose Paulo Merillas, cooperation from TUP, Julius Sareno, and international workplace standards, lack of satisfaction and knowledgeable experience. Maraming salamat po for all the responses na binigay sa atin ng mga participants natin. We still have more coming in, so hindi na po natin sila may isa-isa. Thank you so much for engaging with us on this discussion. Right? Just to give a summary of the responses that we have gathered for the second question, generally, what you have given to us is that QWS provides consistency, all right? And it also emphasizes collaboration, spaces, and open communication channels. Also, the consideration for ergonomic furniture, adequate amenities, and spaces should promote well-being of employees and clients. All right? Again, thank you so much to all of your responses sa ating mga active participants. Thank you for engaging and letting us know your insights, and it helps us establish a collective understanding of the QWS. And for those asking kung paano po madadownload yung ating mga manuals, to download the copies of the QWS manuals, feel free to access it through the PDC webpage. Here is the link on the screen and in the chat box. Please note that the QWS for NGAs will be released by the end of December 2023. So again, please note that the QWS for NGAs will be released by the end of December 2023. But the QWS for LGUs, SUCs, and healthcare are readily available. Alright, so pwede nyo na pong ma-download yung ating QWS manuals for LGUs, SUCs, and healthcare po natin. Printed copies of the QWS will be available by request in January 2024. Write to us via email address. Please take note of this email address, aido@dap.edu.ph. Again, write to us via this email address, aido@dap.edu.ph. All right? Now, let's transition and dig deeper to the sharing of the best practices in adopting QWS. We are fortunate to have two esteemed speakers who will be sharing real-life stories and best practices. Let's extend a warm welcome to our first speaker. He is currently the Chief in Policy Development and Coordination of the Ministry of Human Settlements and Development. He was the 5S focal person of the defunct ARMM and head of the Office of Regional Regional Governor and a member of the ISO Core Team Secretariat. Mr. Alawi Jr. was a former legal researcher at the Malayang Law Firm, Org ARMM Records Division Chief, and ARMM Assistant Cabinet Secretary. He attended training in data privacy, ISO 9001, 5S and records, and electronic records management. Also, he is a certified ISO 9001-2015 lead auditor, and he gives lectures, assessments, and talks on 5S, ISO 9001, and administrative management services for government agencies. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Abdul Lahim S. Alawi Jr. Let's give him a virtual round of applause. Good afternoon, sir. I think Mr. Alawi, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. No, sabi nga namin sa sa Isabela, buenas tardes, and from Mindanao, assalamu alaikum, greetings of peace. If I may share my screen, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Go ahead po.
Sige, saglit lang po. Okay. Kailangan po ata i-allow ng admin.
All right. Let me just check, sir. So please allow Mr. Alawi for sharing the screen.
Yeah. And before everything, I would like to extend my courtesies to Ma'am Eva, no, Director Eva Macariola, and the DAP team and all participants. Thank you for having me. So, sige po, let's start. Para mabilis, no? I have quite a lot of slides here, so try ko po bilisan, no? I hope makaka-catch up tayo. Anyway, we have an open discussion later. Do you see my presentation po? Okay na po ba lahat? And do you hear me well?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We can hear and see po the presentation.
Okay. So, let me start off by sharing that the things that we did, no, for the 3 offices that I will be sharing. May mga bagay po na talaga na ayaw namin kalimutan from the Development Academy of the Philippines, no? And one of the key concept that was shared to us was that ang usually pag mag 5S tayo, mag-renovate tayo, maglilinis tayo, no? But the thing is, those innovations and initiatives can be the effects of those are best felt, no, pag tumagal siya. Meaning there should be Kaizen, there should be adoption by all. So an office, no, when adopting quality workplace standards, no, should also make sure that everyone is getting on board kahit pa konti-konti, no. So that's the one key concept that we learned from DAP. Another is that it's good to combine initiatives, no, in improving our services to other government office. In our case, and in the cases that I will be sharing, it's we've able to combine, no, ISO 9001 and the 5S Good Housekeeping as one of the key Kaizen productivity improvement programs. And ang maganda po kasi sa 5S, no, when you talk about 5S, you talk about improving our quality. Now, quality has a lot of dimension. We have reliability, we have reliability, we have assurances. No, one of the key service concept about 5S, about quality that is yung akmang-akma sa 5S is yung tangibles, no? Mafe-feel po agad, no? When you adopt quality workplace standards, mafe-feel po agad ng mga staff yan, regardless of rank, no? So it's a good place to start for improving or reform a good office, no, yung mga the visuals of 5S. And siguro, no, it's one of the reasons din kaya sumikat yung KonMari method for a lot of people is because she's also adopting the 5S principles, no, in improving. And then the main point that she wanted to share is that it will give us joy. So it's good for our clients and it will also be good for our employees. Okay, so ito po yung so far that worked for us, no? Ideally, you start off by having orientation, preparation by the office, and then you adopt it formally. Ma'am Eva shared, Director Eva shared as a screenshot of a sample directive from an office in the adoption of 5S. You have to formally adopt it after a set of preparations in drafting QWS. But the adoption, by adoption of 5S, it will start a wheel that should be running year in, year out, no? So every year, parang umiikot siya na wheel that you have to have a daily big SESO day, big cleanup day. You have to update your plans and standards. You have to do regular audits, no? You have to do trainings and promotions and awards, no? These are a lot of things to do, admittedly, but the rewards of it for your employees and for your your clients are massive. And we stand as I stand as a witness for that in the overseas that we were able to assist. And another thing is that especially when you adopt, you use it hand in hand with the principles of ISO 9001. Mas mapapaganda po talaga the implementation of 5S and the preparation towards it. So sa amin, no, we try to use the principles hand in hand with the frameworks that it wanted for 5S. So sa amin, it has been a very potent combination, QMS and quality workplace standards. So I hope matahak din po yung ganito. So I'll start sharing the offices. The Isabela City, for the greatest bulk, it will be Isabela City de Basilan. We started in 2019 up to present, and the Sangguniang Panlalawigan ng Basilan, 2020 to present. And we made a very good run at the office of the regional governor of the defunct ARMM, 2014 to 2019. So here are some of the things that we've experienced. So the catchphrase for the Isabela City, the Basilan, is happy Isabela. No, hap is a local term meaning good, orderly, great, anything awesome. No, it's hap. So pag pinagdugtong nila happy Isabela, each letter corresponded to a vision by the mayor that she wanted to be done since 2019. And as of now, meron na po kaming 93 awards sa Isabela City from various offices, no? And one of the most recent is the grant of ISO 9001 2015 no? Certification. Okay. So saan po medyo heavy ang Isabela City? We started 5S along with QMS. Ang maganda nun, nag-start kami from the context, from the office of the mayor, the structure of the city government, the functions, and we analyzed yung mga, like for example, this is an example of mga processes within the office of the mayor, and we identify the stages kasi kailangan po ito for QMS. And the thing is, ang medyo concern ng 5S dyan for us, yung records na kini-create per stage, no? So whether issuances ni mayor, communications niya, permits, administrative matters, engagements niya, there are records that are to be made and are to be routed. And then we analyze kung saan namin strategically i-place ang mga staff. So this is a screenshot of some of the early developments kung paano namin iupo yung mga tao, in renovation the office to align with documents and clients. And ito po yung sa I think this is the LAN, the server plans, and we had to clean up everything, no? We had that luxury, pero the thing is, ang focus pa rin namin is Kaizen. So okay naman so far. Other contexts in reorganizing the workplace is the consideration of the guest route and document route. Kasi what were the issues that we had, no? Before, parang masigip ang mga conference room kasi ang daming walls. So ang daming wall, maliit yung conference room. And then some people are meeting on the aisles, no? And also before, the clients, yung mga clients namin, katabi lang ng mga people that handle the records. So medyo oversized din yung mga tables namin. And then ang daming walls that we had to remove, to make space, and may issue pa ng lighting. And this is where we welcome our guests at the front line. So alam nyo, hindi pa wala pong air condition, electric fan lang sa taas, and then madilim, no? So we had to really based on context the reforms that we had for quality workplace for the new workplace that we have. So malalim-lalim po ang hugot ng 5S namin kasi kasama yung context under ISO 9001. So what are the effects? No, right now, kung papasok kayo sa bagong office namin, okay yung lighting, open space, maraming open spaces kasi yung walls pinilitan namin ng mga glass walls for transparency figuratively and literally, no? And then mas manipis din ng mga salamin. May front desk with FOI, so I'll play this video right now para makita nyo po yung bagong office namin. So ito po yung client pagpasok sa may part kung saan papasok na siya sa office of the city mayor. So you'll see frontline desk, and then diyan po yung staff, and then you have reading materials. Ang kapal po nung citizen charter nila, so may TARP version at saka And then let me pause here, no? Mapapansin niyo po sa LGU, di ba po may mga transparency boards that we have. Sometimes we can categorize, no? In 5S we have Saton wherein makategorize niyo kung alin yung pwedeng papel lang, alin yung pwedeng tarpaulin, alin yung dapat covered para protected. So, yan po ay malapit doon sa receipt of records. So, hiniwalay po namin daanan ng records. Dito po yung mga external clients maghihintay. Dito po sila magpapa-receive ng documents, and then they did not enter the part where dati nagmi-mix up sila with other guests. If I may go to my next slide. Yeah. So ito po yung security namin. May mga signages dyan for the positive firearms and things like that. No? Ito po, pagpapasok tayo sa office of the city mayor right now, sinigurado po namin maliwanag. No? Pinaputi namin ng walls. Ito na po yung conference room. Medyo maluwag po talaga. And then dyan po namin dinidisplay yung some of the 93 awards that we received from various entities. And ito po yung workplace. Mas malilit na po yung table namin kasi based on context scanning, parang okay lang naman na maliit basta may computer. And then dyan po papasok sa may EA ng mayor, and dito po yung mga people that handle sensitive documents. So may konting dagdag OCNess, no, sa pag-prevent na mag-violate ng data privacy law pag medyo or data loss, no, pag medyo exposed sa clients yung mga certain sensitive documents. May waiting area din po dito for other guests. So yon. And then ito po yung in another floor, dito po yung parang 7 to 8 frontline services. So what do you find in another floor wherein wala yung office of the city mayor? Nandito po yung karamihan ng frontline services. What do you see in there? May reading materials, no, while waiting, and you can sit in a very comfortable chair, no. We look for chair na madaling i-sanitize, no. And then medyo matibay. And meron na po kaming queuing system, no. It's very important to have a queuing system based on our study, no. So we procured for a queuing system for our clients. Ito po, pagpasok niyo po, ang daming pwedeng mag-assist sa inyo. May information officer, may complaint desk officer, may security officer, pag meron kayong for any problem, no. So never po naiiwan na isang staff, no, isang client na walang mapagtanungan for their comfort. Air condition din po, at saka may tubig po kami para sa mga staff, may television din po kami. One of the things na lumalabas about 5S sa Pilipino is that ang malinis daw sa concept ng Pilipino ay hindi lang malinis. Ang maayos daw sa concept ng Filipino culture is hindi lang malinis, mabango pa. So we decided meron din po kami mga as much as possible kung kaya ng supply, may mga pabango sa office kung saan may frontline services. May standby po kami na sasakyan for the handicap PWDs. May standby po kami just in case na, of course may rampa po kami, may standby po kami na na wheelchair, and then meron din po kami standby na vehicle in case na for any untoward incidents, no, para so dagdag and then clients and certain staff, pwede pong meron po kaming Happy Kids Zone, no? Happy means is again, it's orderly. So meron pwede po iwanan dyan yung mga bata, no? I hope you get to visit Isabela de Basila, no, to see our office and our great nature and beaches, no? And then minsan may mga bagay na we make sure na yung mga bagay na nakatago na nag-accumulate ang dust, even though naka 3 years na kami in the adoption, we still check kung may nag-accumulate ba yung dust, mga bagay na hindi nakikita. So we check things that are, lalo na yung mga safety issues, no, like this one. 5S, the Japanese technology of 5S actually requires you to remind your people, no, of on compliance. We know minsan it is never too much to remind people, no? Parang how do you say it? Parang it requires effort to remind people to align their standards with signages. So heavy rin po kami sa mga signages. Ito po yung before and after. I bring you the case of the civil registrar before kami nag-adapt ng before po kami nag-renovate and nagpasok ng quality workplace standards, no, in our renovation. Here's a sample when a staff would want to access, no, to file something at the office of the civil registrar. Ito po yung before. I'll play it now. So yan po yung dati, no? Just barely 3 years ago. Okay, so hindi medyo wala ang table yung stuff natin in ano. But ito po yung actual, no? These was already 3 years ago before we renovated. We made sure that makita ng one advantage of 5S is that you are asked to hold records of before and after improvement. So here's the improvement right now. So may mga ready forms na well labeled, may mga signages, and po medyo nagdagdag kami na computer, no? Sana all, no? May bagong computers ang staff at saka mga ergonomic seats. Pero yan lang din po yung ano. Okay, I'll have another slide here. This is yung after the client when the client wants to waits for the action of the document. Dati wala kaming isa lang upuan para sa client, tapos electric fan pa, walang aircon, everything is messy, medyo madilim. And then ito po yung maghintay ngayon pagka-receive. So the client will have to choose the proper seat, no, kung hindi man siya eligible dyan sa mga mga seats for certain handicapped people, no. He sits on the regular and let's go to stamps. Sinisili po ba natin ng stamps bago gamitin, no? Actually with 5S, with signages, you don't have to double check everything, no? Kasi you are taught in 5S na as much as possible lahat may label, no? So ito po ngayon yung mga stamps nila sa civil registrar. Yan, Isabela City for you po. Okay, some other things. Files po ay hindi, do you know that files, archives na hindi na i-access, unserviceable items and supplies na hindi para magagamitin ay pwedeng ihiwalay. So hiniwalay po namin archives ng registrar from the staff, kung from the place nandun yung mga staff doon in a new archive room. So ito na po yung mga bagong archives namin. Okay. So well labeled, no? And what else? I hope I still have time. Ito po yung records. Records can be digitized at any time. So ito yung mga pinapa-digitize namin as much as possible. Ito yung dating file namin. And after 3 years, computer na lang po ang kaharap ng mga staff for a lot of documents. Even the routing, no? Even the workflow. So, inaalagan na lang po nila yung naka-LAN na lang po ng maayos. Yung power supply are being monitored, no? That's Isabela. And then what else? Ito po yung old and new market. no? Natapos na yung new market and yung old market ay nasa tabi pa. So pwede nating makita yung difference, the old and the new. Ayan po. So if you're gonna go to our market sa Isabela de Basilan, ganyan po itsura. And then ito po yung sa harap. So we always advocate for open spaces and well lighting kasi yun po yung gusto ng mga clients, no? Unti-unti na po napupuno yan, sana ma-maintain namin. And if you're gonna enter at the back of the of our public market, meron pong CR for the handicap, ito po yung sa bandang likod. Pero I'm sharing to you these videos with a photo of one of our market operations staff with ID, no? These innovations could be just be done in 3 years kung ay wala lang din after 3 years kasi kung wala tayong qualified staff. So we have so in the concept of Kaizen, we wanted good staff to help us maintain the facilities. So yun. So that's our plans for Isabela. No, this is quite funny because we did a study on we did a study, no, since heavy kami in context, we did a study on paano mas maging bakante ang mga tables ng mga boss, no? So we analyze how we can contain documents. So we found that we can contain documents in 4 types, no? I will be share ito po yung screenshots nung study. This is not to endorse any brand, no, or any store, just to show gaano ka-OC yung preparations towards the adoption of 5S, and we noticed na parang 1, 2, 3, 4 types of containers are enough to address everything. So kung gusto sa mga active documents that are being circulated, kung pwede naman siyang i-state, pwede naman siya i-puncture, maganda po ito para naibabalik natin sa shelf agad, hindi na iiwanan sa table yung documents. One of the study found out that for briefing materials, pwedeng magazine box, and for signature ay medyo gamitin namin document keeper. No, sorry for the no. I know the procurement laws does not allow this, pero hindi po, it doesn't mean that i-identify namin to as by brand sa procurement. Of course, we follow the procurement law. This is just a product of the study. And then parang wish list po ng mga staff, no? So in procurement, we still follow the procurement law, of course. For ilang beses na po bang nagpa-print ng isang organizational chart or isang guide ang isang boss dahil pinaprint dahil hindi natin nilalagay sa clear folder. So right now, some documents that are being accessed so many times, para hindi tayo print na print kasi madalas makita, madalas chine-check. Pwede po natin ipasok sa isang clear folder. And for those na pwede i-archive, no, we make sure na sa 40 or 30 liter size na box na ganito, no. Please forgive the notes on the brands and the certain wish list requirements by the client, by our staff, pero just to share kung gaano kami nagprepare for 5S. No? Pag malaki po kasi madaling mabasag pag lumagpas kayo ng 50 liter. Pag bumaba naman kayo ng 40 liter, hindi na kasya ang A4 at saka long bond paper. So the ideal for kung mag-archive tayo 40 to 50 liter. So ang cute nung yung level of preparations na ginawa namin. And then QMS documents are in the clear folder, no? Para kahit ilang beses itignan ng mga boss ay at saka mga staff ay hindi madaling masira at hindi tayo print ng print. Let's go to the Sangguniang Panlalawigan ng Basilan po, no, 22% before and after photos. Their core values are such. So their battle cry is SBP, Sangguniang Panlalawigan of Basilan Cares. And they are also ISO certified recently. Ito po dati, nagreklamo po ang vice governor at saka yung mga key personnel on maraming files. So they went digital. Mapansin niyo po when they conduct their plenary discussions, naka-tablet na po sila lahat, no? So mas lesser yung mas maluwag na yung mga tables nila. Ito po yung dating office ni Vice Gov. After digitization, marami na siyang natanggal ng mga shelves, and then meron na po siyang server na lang na may signage na never turn off at saka yung 5S signages, no? So That's the office of the office of the vice governor of Basilan. Let's go to the dun naman po sa ARMM, the defunct office. Meron kaming battle cry na amazing and I can so do this nung magpapaayos na kami. This is one of the publications that we have in promoting Kaizen, no? Yung cleanup day namin in 2016. Tapos yung logo ng 5S. So, imagine we started 5S na isang araw lang. Big 6 of the 2014. By the time ng 2018, ang 5S celebration po namin, events po namin is 1 week na, no? First day, launch, cleanup. Second day, second to third day, audit. Second to fourth day ay audits ng mga offices. And fifth day ng week na yun ay awarding, no? So that's leadership continual improvement. And no less than the head of office, the regional governor, led the mapping of the flagpole area, no, to show, no, management commitment towards quality workplace standards. So ganyan ang boss namin dati. And then ito po yung video nung 5S week in 2018. I'll play that.
Binuo namin ang plano ng ARMM mula ngayon hanggang 2045. Lahat yan ay pinaghirapan ng ating mga kasama sa gobyerno, lalo-lalo na ang RTO. Dahil ang pinakapakay natin, sundin natin ang roadmap na to, sundin natin ang umuhin na to, sigurado kami natin tayo saan dapat. Kaya na ng more Muslim ng gobyerno. Kaya mahalaga, una sa lahat, ang mga pagsasabi kung kaya natin o hindi, tayo mismo.
Okay, so the first main event palagi sa amin is 5S. By 2018, awarded na po kami ng DAP in sharing best practices. Maraming salamat DAP for the recognition again, no? 2018, no? Ang bilis ng panahon. So that was 5 years ago. We shared our best practices at the Government Quality Management Committee, and it was a very big moment for us, no? Our 5S is evolving, no? Nagsimula siya sa simpleng logo, and then we adopted the new logo signifying the principles of 5S. We wanted to communicate, and then at the end, nung may mga mobile apps na po kami, we have this logo, no? It's a butterfly because you want to soar, fly slowly, but in a controlled way. So ang logo po yan PDCA, yung logo na yan. So PDCA, Plan, Do, Check, Act. The marriage of 5S and ISO. And then we monitor our engagement sa Facebook, and then nag-develop na rin po kami ng Google ng isang app para pwede pag may mga new employees, they can quiz themselves on 5S and ISO 9001 para po mas at saka SPMS na rin po, para at least in their idle time sa office, they learn more of our system sa office. Meron din po kami mga promotional events, no? Our staff, no, regardless of rank, no, can bring magpa-picture sa booth namin at makakawi silang picture nila with their loved one, at inuuwi din nila yung mga yung mga 5S mga 5S motto namin and mga hugot, no? Para communicated namin sa kanilang 5S pati sa bahay nila, at saka ISO na rin. Ito, mapagmahal si ma'am dahil sa 5S. And then yun, malinis ang hangarin ni kuya dahil sa 5S. So inuwi po nila sa mga bahay nila yan. Pati po yung pag-turnover namin ng archive boxes, no? We do formal events, no? Kahit medyo corny, no? There's nothing corny about communicating sa lahat ng employees. So this is when we turn over, we adopted the standard of a 40 liter box for their archives like turnover sa amin sa records division. Ito po yung turnover sa kanilang boxes na lalagyan nila ng mga archives. Communication. One key, we learned from Marikina City na meron silang, when we were assisted by DAP in learning more about 5S, nag-visit kami sa Marikina City, meron silang mascot, no, on garbage segregation. Ang BCDA meron silang B on 5S, no. We picked up from that, and we learned na chibis are kawaii, no? These are Japanese words saying these cute characters are cute, no? Psychologically, if we use them, may recall and attention, may cultural relevance, pwede mo i-align sa cultural relevance. It reduces resistance kasi cute, di ba? Sino kayo magbasa ng mga signages na may mga cute na characters? It appeals to the emotions and enhance engagement, no? So we started off introducing characters initially si Kairi at saka si Zen, no? Those are Arabic names saying good and beautiful, no? And then ang nickname nila is si Kai and Zen. And then nagdadagdag po kami ng characters, no? Nung lumabas yung batas on occupational health and standard, we had another character, no? We called him Wally. Wally ay malapit is inspired by the character Wall-E. Pero sa Arabic may name din po ang Wally. May ibig sabihin din po ang Wally. Wally is to safeguard, no? Be safe, no? Having somebody who watches over you. So CCTV po siya na character. By the time na 2018, may dinagdag kami ng character on si Anissa was advocating for gender conscious workplaces na may lactation area, may child minding area. So yun po yung advocacy ni Ma'am Anissa. So yun siya yung last na inad namin sa Just Cleanest League namin sa ORG arm dati. And we were able to showcase that now with Ma'am Deding. Here's a photo, happy photo with Ma'am Deding, wherein during we were awarded by DAP at PICC. Ito po yung mga pagpapakilala namin ng mga characters namin to other government offices, no? Another important part, no, clause 7 of ISO 9001 requires that dapat malakas yung support, communication, human resources. So we hired the top people, no, na pwede for our 5S advocacies. This picture of us during the launch of Kai and Zen. Here's a picture of us when we launched the mobile app. We started off, no, on training of 5S, pero na every year may bagong training po kami. That's related to 5S. May forum kami on safety and security, may archives day po kami kung saan nagpapa-lecture kami sa Development Academy of the Philippines. It kept growing, no? Continual improvement was really our goal, no? And continual communication. And another thing is that you can always integrate these with systems. Una po may SPMS lang kami. Pagpasok ng 5S, inalign namin with the SPMS. QMS, we aligned it with 5S. Ang GAD, no, advocacies, we aligned with 5S. And when the law on occupational health and safety came out, we tried to align that. No, you see it in our mascots, in our programs, in our activities. So ito po yung talagang pinakalas namin, no? If you use this, I think you can go wrong, lalo if you do QMS. Another lesson on context, HAP, no? HAP is a term, local term in Basilan, meaning great or in order or awesome or maganda, no? Yan yung naging ginamit naming parang catchphrase namin, Happy Isabela. And then you can always customize things that are from external and pwede nyo mong ipasok sa context nyo. This is a picture from the AP on how files are stored in Japan para 5S compliant, no? Yung Super Satan tawag nila dyan. Nung ginamit sa local offices, instead of yung mga lines and angles and triangles, we used the nature, no? So kasi dyan heavy ang Mindanao nature, so para at least Super Satan pa rin. At the same time, it appeals to our own love of nature sa Mindanao. So you can always customize it in so many ways po. So our aim talaga is, what has been happening is that we always had better training topics. We were always given larger 5S funds, varied promotional gimmicks. We had greater excitement for 5S activities. Ano naman ang linuluto ng 5S team? We had more competitive audit scores, and we try to align it with other systems, QMS, SPMS, no, GAD focal point system, no, occupational health and standard. And then ang pinaka gustong namin nangyari dyan is that we were able to give better operational output, mas satisfied ang staff, mas happy ang staff namin, no, and satisfied ang clients po namin, no. Yeah. And then these are not in the recent literature that we've been reading about it, no, ako, no, as a personal reflection before I end my talk, no, with a video, ano po some productivity books na sikat ngayon like Atomic Habits ni James Clear, you have to own something as part of your identity, so that you have to be a clean person, no, to adopt the good habits. So it's good to always align that with your own identity, lalo na sa organizational. And Simon Sinek talked about communicating the why. Bakit gusto natin ng 5S? And bakit gusto natin ng better work? Bakit gusto natin mag QMS? So we try to communicate that as in the most creative ways, the most cute ways that are possible, no? With mobile apps using technology. And then sometimes, no, it helps, no, without technology, may technology man or wala, it helps na meron tayong mga catchphrases, no, in improving our organization. So sa amin sa Isabela, it's Happy Isabela. Sa Basilan, Sangguniang Panlalawigan, kay Vice Gov was SBP Cares. Sa amin naman po, then, no, sa Dati Arm, we had I Can So Do This when we wanted to be ISO certified, and we wanted to be really amazing at that time, no? So ito po yung mga ano namin. So I'll end with this video. I hope I did not eat much of your time. And this is our video that we presented at PICC po when we were awarded by DAP.
In order to ensure quality in its delivery of public services and to sustain the gains of reform, the Office of the Regional Governor sets the bar even higher by taking the initiative to become ISO 9001 certified. Through ISO 9001, the ARMM constituents can now be better served by the management, employees, and staff of the Office of the Regional Governor who follow strict compliance on the requirements of ISO 9001 through its quality workplace standards, procedures, and management system. Employees come to office wearing proper attire. Upon entrance, courteous security officers are posted. Our RFID system provides employees access to facilities. Documents are properly arranged on top of desks. Drawers are kept clean inside and out. Computer sets are properly installed. During prayer, employees can pray on assigned prayer rooms. We, as the team leader of Quality Workplace, Mary Rose Studio, should best describe the individual workplace that would qualify the ISO 9001.
Best individual workplace, the station or the cubicle should be clean and free of dirt. Papers or equipment na kinakailangan within the day ang allowed on top of the table. Ang pedestal or drawers should be clean and neatly arranged. So kung may mga files doon, dapat naka-arrange ng mabuti. The third drawer, it should only contain personal items. Kung may mga bag doon, ilalagay.
So how about the comfort rooms?
Sa comfort room, it should be, for the toilet bowl, it should be clean, free of dirt and stains.
We heard that the security in Office of the Regional Governor of Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao is systematized.
Security, we have the ID system. So nag-issues sa bawat employee nitong RFID. And then it should be operational. Meron tayong mga security officers na nakaposition daily and in nighttime shifts. So in 24 hours, meron tayong designated staff in proper period.
How do you sustain order in your lobbies, parking areas, and stock rooms?
Sa passageway or lobby, sa entrance and exit natin, it should be free from obstruction. It should be clean and well-maintained. Provision of separate parking spaces sa mga officials, separate din dapat sa guests and sa employees. May naka-designate din na areas para sa four-wheeled vehicles, separate din yung sa mga motorcycles and bicycle.
Well, how do you organize the conference room?
For the conference room, the chairs should be neatly arranged and dapat may available tayong extra chairs in case kulangin yung chairs natin. And dapat yung mga equipments natin like the tables, chairs, the microphone, it should be in good condition at all times.
In terms of document, We have the role of ensuring that we have a system of creation, revision, approval, review, and identification of documents. And we ensure that relevant versions of document are available anytime that it is needed. And we make sure that they are properly controlled and tracked. And we have people who are well trained and well versed with how it should be controlled and tracked. And we make sure that they are well versed with the recent policies in terms of record control as well as document control. We make use of the available technology right now for records storage and retrieval. We have two main tools for that. First is that Globodoc system has been adopted since 2011, and it is still being used by Records Control Office, which is us, and by the Human Resources Division. And it does make things easy for us.
And then in order also to maintain the momentum of interest of the employees, we have the ICE Olympics competition, because the offices of the ORG are very much competitive, and in order to attract or to sustain their interest to the QMS, we've had to come up with initiatives like the ICE Olympics.
We did ICE Olympics. It was a one-day activity. It was filled with games, parlor games actually, where we incorporated questions regarding our quality management system. You have to exert, effort talaga and making them feel that this is really good and this is fun, this is gonna be easier. You have to make them feel na they shouldn't fear this change because it's actually a good change. And we practiced it. We started applying what we wrote in the manual, and things got easier. So when they saw that, it wasn't hard for them to follow what others were doing.
And everyone's really looking forward to it. Right now, we can no longer contain the excitement. And for lack of a better term, I have to put it in a hashtag. I can so do this.
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 We can so do this.
We can so do this.
Go now.
Thank you very much. That ends my presentation po.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Abdulrahim S. Alawi Jr., for sharing your organization's best practices. And to our participants, please note that the presentation materials will be made available after the event. The Google Drive folder is shared in the chat boxes for your reference. Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached a moment to catch our breath and recharge. The excitement will continue shortly, but for the meantime, let's have a well-deserved 10-minute break. Welcome back, everyone. To check your interest to proceed to the next presentation, may I request you to send your heart reactions to our chat boxes, both in Zoom and on YouTube. All right, let me see your reactions, heart reactions from our participants. All right, heart reactions are coming in sa ating chat boxes. I think our participants are very much interested also to our next presentation. All right, thank you so much for your responses. Without further ado, let us proceed to welcoming our second speaker. We have with us Director Michael S. Villafranca. Nearly 2 decades of professional background in the field of law, human resource, and organizational management has brought Director Michael S. Villafranca to soar to the height of success as he now leads one of the vital services in the Department of Public Works and Highways. The Human Resource and Administrative Service is currently under the helm of Attorney Villafranca, who was appointed as full-fledged Director 4 on January 4, 2018. Prior to this, he served as the Chief Administrative Officer of the DPWH NCR from March 6, 2014 to January 4, 2017. His adeptness on legal matters was harnessed upon working as the Chief Legal Officer of the DPWH CAR from 2012 to 2014 and of DPWH Region 3 from 2007 to 2011. Indeed, Director Villafranca has come a long way from his first entry to the department in 1999. He earned his Bachelor of Arts in Economics degree from the University of Santo Tomas in 1997 and his Bachelor of Laws degree at the Arellano University in 2003. He became part of the Philippine Bar a year after. He earned his master's degree in public administration from the University of the Philippines in 2011, and in 2017, he completed a diploma course in organizational development from the Ateneo Center for Organizational Development. He earned his doctorate degree in public administration from the Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Maynila in September 2023. On March 8, 2022, he was conferred Career Executive Service Officer or CSO3 ranking. Please join me in welcoming the Director Michael S. Villafranca. Let's give him a virtual round of applause.
Good afternoon to each and everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. May I share my screen?
Yes, sir. Go ahead po.
I think share screening is disabled.
Can we make po the function for Director Villafranca to share the screen? All right, sir. You may now share your screen po.
Slideshow. Okay, is my presentation displayed already?
Yes, sir. We can see po your presentation.
Okay. Again, good afternoon to each and everyone. Before I begin, I'd like to commend the earlier speaker, Mr. Alawi, for a very inspiring presentation It definitely moved me as I saw how their journey was in Isabela, city of Basilan. So this afternoon, I have the honor to present to you our experiences and our journey also in the implementation of the quality management system and quality workplace standards here in the DPWH. My presentation is divided into the following outline: a brief introduction regarding our SPMS journey. Then I will be discussing the quality workplace standards, quality workplace standards related issuances, best practices related to QWS, and finally, our impacts and benefits of the DPWH quality workplace standards. First of all, our legal basis is of course Administrative Order number 161, series of 2006, institutionalizing quality management system in the government, dated October 5, 2006. That was followed by Executive Order number 605, series of 2007, dated February 23, 2007, which directed all departments or agencies under the executive branch and GOCCs to adopt ISO quality management system and pursue certification. There is also RA 9485, an act to improve efficiency in the delivery of government service to the public by reducing bureaucratic red tape, preventing graft and corruption, and providing penalties, and AO number 25, creating for the interagency task force on the harmonization of national government performance monitoring information and reporting systems. I think my slide hung up. So there. The most latest version of the DPWH Quality Management System Manual is dated April 16, 2019. I think our earliest version is dated 2013. No? And to give everyone a brief background of our ISO journey in the department started in 2012. And on 2015, we achieved ISO 9001-2008 certification for 19 offices that covered 2 regional offices, 2 district engineering offices, and some bureaus and services in the central office. On 2016, 54 offices were certified as 9001-2008. And in 2017, all offices of the DPWH were certified for ISO 9001-2015. Also, on 2018, up to the present, there is continuous recertification process for ISO 9001-2015 for all offices of the DPWH. The DPWH is certified for ISO 9001-2015 for the following scope of activities: public administration covering planning, design, construction, maintenance of infrastructure, national highways, flood control, and water resources development system, and other public works in accordance with the national development objectives. Okay, as I mentioned, the DPWH is 100% certified for all of the 6 bureaus, 9 services, 5 project management clusters, 16 regional offices, and 184 district engineering office. Shown on the screen is our scope of registration issued by our certifying body, the ADJA registrars. recently, last September 14, 2022, for the 7th continuous year, the DPWH is certified for ISO 9001 2015. So DPWH maintains ISO Quality Management System certification for the 7th year. The ISO QMS certification is very important because our quality workplace standards is anchored from the quality management system of the DPWH. Okay. The next portion of my discussion will be the DPWH quality workplace standards and our experiences as to how we implemented it in the department. So let me share to you a virtual tour of our office. So thank you for watching that presentation. That video showed, among others, our building facade, some of our frontline services. It also showed some of our compliance to the BP 344, which will be discussed further in my presentation. Okay. So the implementation of the DPWH quality workplace standards was established through Department Order number 91, series of 2013, in line with the DPWH Quality Management System Manual on July 2013. So at that time, our workplace standards referred only to 8 categories: our workstations, reception or help desk, conference room, photocopying area, records and supplies area, library, pantry area, and restroom. So our most recent version of our quality workplace standard is already Department Order number 52, series of 2017, which now covers 19 categories. No? Workplace audits are a part of the responsibilities of the Office Quality Workplace Team established under DO 36, 2018. Okay, the following are the categories governed by our quality workplace standards. Number 1, applicable to all components. doors, walls, floors, tables, chairs, etc. Pictures will also be shown to you, so you will have an idea of how we implemented it. No? This is a photo taken of our department order. So again, I will quickly go through them one by one. No? Number one, all items are to be free from unwanted items such as stains, dust, cobwebs, garbage, etc. at all times. Cracks or dents, scratches, deterioration, and other defects are labeled and reported to the Facilities Management Division or the General Services Section, or to the appropriate to the appropriate office holding the functions. So as you can see, and as discussed already, one of the principles of 5S is to set in order, clean up, to shine, and to standardize our workplace. We also have a description of how the door should be. Doors should have clean signage and kept closed at all times. The main door signage should have a measurement of 45 cm by 10 cm. Conference room, dining room, storage room must have a signage of 30 cm by 8 cm. Even the push and pull signage must have an exact measurement. No, for walls and floors, paintings and other decorations should not occupy more than 50% of the available wall and floor space and kept free from dust at all times. Clear and updated transaction process flow for client services are posted in receiving areas. I am showing you examples of our workplaces wherein we have procured cubicles, standardized cubicles for our employees. As you can see, we have also updated our lighting system in the department. Tabletop should contain the following as may be necessary: laptop, computer monitor, keyboard, mouse, one file box for current files. Personal items such as tabletop calendar, picture frame, or mirror should occupy space not bigger than A4 size paper. So this is doing away with the traditional workspace wherein previously nakalagay dyan ang mga pictures ng family, or it is sometimes become a personal space already of the employee. Okay. Number 8, conference tables when not in use are to be placed at the center with chairs tucked around the table, and no personal items, files, supplies, boxes are placed in the room. Name of staff are supposed to be posted on the visible corner of the table, uniform to all desks and tables. So all our employees should display their names and position in all of their workplaces. This is also to promote accountability so that our stakeholders can identify who are the persons transacting with them, and stakeholders may commend, or they may also complain if necessary, hopefully, and fortunately, we receive less complaints in our offices. Number 10, layout of individual tables and desks are arranged according to units and functions and provides clear passageways. Computer desktops, UPS, AVR placed on appropriate compartments, and trash bins are located under the table. So, as also featured in the presentation of the former presenter, we also have specific requirements per table drawer. So first level table drawer are used for office supplies, which are neatly arranged and free from dust and unnecessary items at all times. Bottom drawer is used to store personal items such as bags. Eating is not allowed in individual table, desks, or cubicles at any time of the day. We have provided our employees with the necessary pantry for them to be able to enjoy their snacks and breaks. At the start of the day, 5 minutes say-so is practiced to wipe the tabletops and equipment and the range growers. At the end of the day, tabletop is cleared from documents. Number 17, the absence of an employee, we should display yung signage of on leave or on field work to be placed on top of the desk. Number 19, chairs are uniform in size. We have a specific description or specification for all of the chairs, the tables, the cabinets that we have to procure in the department. It should be uniform in size, type, color, in each area or location. Chairs when not in use are tucked under the table. There's a technical problem. Okay, there. Only one pillow may be placed on the chair, but the size is not bigger than the size of the long envelope. Only one jacket or shawl should be placed on the back seat during the day. Equipment such as LCD projectors, sound systems are placed on cabinets. Kitchen appliances such as refrigerator, microwave oven, and the like are kept in the dining area. Equipment are operated by office employees only. Equipments are turned off and unplugged. Equipment are labeled with clear instructions for proper use. So this department order number 52, comprises 57 numbers referring to the particulars that must be observed by the employee in the workplace. So number 28, one location is assigned for each division for telephones, fax machines, and printers, where pen and notepads are provided near the telephones and paper supplies placed near the fax and the printer. Computer monitors are on power-saving mode. Wires and cables are neatly bundled with appropriate cable tie arranged at a straight line and right angles, safely covered with moldings when on floor or walls and strategically placed to prevent accidents. There's a lag. There appears to be a lag in representation. Please hold on as we fix this technical difficulty. Okay, so I will be proceeding. There are also specific instructions for whiteboard. Whiteboards are clear of writings and postings. And at the end of the day, when not in use, whiteboard markers and erasers are kept with the whiteboard. Whiteboards, when not in use, are placed at one corner of the room. So next, please. Okay. Cabinets, there are specific, again, instructions for cabinets, storage areas, books and magazines, So next slide. This is how thorough our policy is with regards to the quality workplace standards. So we have also a policy on sink tap in dining areas, cleaning materials and supplies. So next, and items that require disposals. So next, please. Okay. Signage are posted such as start your transaction here, including the name of the frontline staff. This is also in connection with implementation of the department with the ease of doing business. So next, countertops contain the computer monitor, keyboard, mouse, pens, pencil holder. We also indicate in our workstation that we value your feedback. Thank you. Located at one end of the counter. So next. There is also a policy on the use of client chairs in frontline counters. Chairs, sofa, and benches are arranged in such a way that there is a clear passageway to the counter at the center, and spaces between rows of chairs provide clear passageway as well. So these are some of the pictures of our stakeholders areas wherein our stakeholders may wait while their transactions are being processed. So next. Bulletin boards. One bulletin board is allowed for each section or division. Size, color, and type are uniform in each area and location. It should contain memo, announcements, events, performance, or project monitoring policies, etc. Paper posts are covered with transparency films to protect from easy deterioration. It is kept updated and neatly arranged by the assigned persons. So next. Okay, there is also a policy on the prayer altars to be situated in each floor. So next. Okay, out of all these policies, a quality workplace team is created to monitor and to evaluate the compliance of all offices of the mentioned quality workplace standards. So next, please. Okay, each office have their own. So back now, each office have their own quality management core team and their own respective quality workplace team. So next. Okay. In our most recent ISO quality management system, one of the support functions is the facilities and work environment management. So next. No. Other quality workplace standards related issuances is Department Order number 111, which is the standard specification for the procurement of office furniture. DO 100, guidelines for the review and consolidation of procurement of specific goods and services. And DO 171, Series of 2018, the design standards for standard, district, and regional office buildings. So next, I'm just going to go through. DO number 111 sets the specifications for each table, chairs, workstations, cabinets, and shelves, including folders that should be procured by the department. So next. So naka-indicate po dito yung mga standard sizes, the make and color for every type of table, such as executive table, clerical table, etc. So next. So next, okay. There's also a corresponding plan and the corresponding sizes for each station as provided in the workstation layout. So These are our standardized document management folders. All our offices are required to utilize these ISO work folders in keeping and maintaining their respective files. Okay. The next department order that we have is department order number 100. So next slide, please. To ensure that all offices will purchase or will procure only those equipments or office equipments that are in accordance with the standards, a certification must be secured from the responsible office. So, for example, for office furniture, fixtures, for air conditioning, for copying machines, a certification in the central office must be acquired from my office, which is the Human Resource and Administrative Service. So, next. So, also in keeping up with the quality management system, this office has also designed a standard office building for any new building to be constructed, for whether that is for regional office or for district engineering offices, which will browse through. So next, please. This is the standard regional office building design. So next. This is the standard district engineering office building design. So next. Other DPWH best practice related to quality workplace standards. Number one, we have included in our strategy map an indicator relating to the culture of the DPWH, which also encompasses the workplace standards. The DPWH is also compliant to BP 344 accessibility law, and the DPWH also complies with the Magna Carta for Women and Gender and Development, and RA 11-85 Energy Efficiency and Conservation Act. So next, please. No. So our most current performance governance standards includes a strategic objective. So next. Nurture a high trust organizational culture. It means an annual internal stakeholder satisfaction survey is conducted among all the employees of the DPWH, and one of the matters one of the feedback solicited from our employees is their feedback on the working conditions in the DPWH. Successfully, for the previous years, the DPWH has been able to obtain a high satisfaction rating from our internal stakeholders. So next, please. The DPWH also complies with BP 344, the accessibility law. So next. These are some of the pictures, our disability access for wheelchair. Also, we have our comfort rooms are designed also for our PWDs with grab bars and grab rails. We also have female and gender neutral comfort rooms installed in the DPWH. So next. So the DPWH is compliant with the Magna Carta for Women and Gender and Development in the Workplace. So next. Okay. We have provided a GAD center with the lactation room and conference room here in the DPWH central office. So next. Okay. There is also a daycare in the DPWH central office where our employees can leave their children 5 years of age while they are going about their respective businesses. So next. Okay, these are some of the accomplishments of our gender and development relating to the facilities in the DPWH. So next. We have separate dormitories for men and women. We have covered walkways, fitness center, gender-neutral comfort rooms, and PWD ramps and comfort rooms, and lactation areas for new mothers. So next. Okay. Because of our God efforts in the department, the DPWH has been awarded with Gantimpala 2013 Special Citation Award and Gantimpala 2018 Special Citation Award and Gantimpala 2018 Bronze Secondary National Road Development Project Award. So next. So the most recent is the Gantimpala 2023 Bronze for Outstanding Gender Responsive Agency and the Gantimpala 2023 Silver for Exemplary God Focal Point System in the department. Next. Okay. The DPWH in our facilities also complies with Energy Efficiency and Conservation Act. Energy conservation measures include use of fuel allocation, use of electricity, ventilation systems, and designation of Certified Energy Conservation Officer. Next. Okay. As a matter of fact, in the most recent audit last October 23, 2003, the DPWH scored 94% with a 5-star rating grade A based on existing office policy, best practices, and electricity conservation and fuel conservation. So next. So these are some of the best practices. These are signages that we put on our electrical equipments. Okay. In terms of employee well-being, we also have a policy, Department Order number 34, regarding basic hygiene, workplace sanitation, and social distancing measures to be observed by our employees. So next. So what are the impacts and benefits of the DPWH quality workplace system? So these are, of course, by the implementation of the quality workplace standards, we are able to secure continuous certification for ISO under the DPWH quality management system for the 7th consecutive year. The QWS also enables suitable environment for the effective and efficient implementation of processes and achievement of strategic goals and objectives of the DPWH. Improvement of quality and productivity through organization, cleanliness, uniformity, and standardization in the workplace. And ensure safety and security of personnel and resources. It increases effectivity. It saves time by moving through space and finding everything quickly. They know where to access or retrieve needed materials. It improves morale. It creates a sense of calm, order, and functionality. And at the end of the day, what we ultimately have in mind is to increase accountability and transparency in the delivery of services to the public. So that is it for my presentation. Again, thank you for the opportunity to discuss the journey of the DPWH in the implementation of quality workplace standards. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Director Michael S. Villafranca, for sharing those insightful best practices. Once again, to download the copies of the QWS manuals developed under the Government Quality Management Program, feel free to access them through the PDC webpage. And once more, here is the link on the screen and in the chat box. All right, it is now time for the question and answer portion. Have you reflected on the presentation and sharing from our presenters? So far, how did they resonate with your own experiences? Feel free to share your thoughts in the chat box, both in Zoom and on YouTube live stream. If you have questions to ask our speakers, please write them in the chat box or raise your hand if you want us to open your microphone. All right? So we'll be waiting for your questions. I think we have questions already lined up to our speakers. So we have the questions lined up first for Director Macariola. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, good afternoon.
All right. So the first question directed to you, ma'am, is from Mr. Manny Makatangay. What will be AI's contribution to QWS implementation to various agencies?
AI's contribution in the to the implementation of QWS.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I think it depends on the the degree of AI that will be adopted by the agency. Okay. No matter how simple or what's this complex the adoption of the AI is, somehow it will have an impact, kasi we know that AI facilitates, di ba, the processing of knowledge, okay, the mobility of people and whatever, the analysis of data, etc. So it depends on the degree of adoption of the AI. And yun na nga, as I've said, no matter how simple or complex we have adopted AI in the implementation of our QMS, it will have a positive impact on the implementation and success of QMS. Ayun po.
All right. Thank you, ma'am, for addressing that question of Mr. Manny Makatangay. We have two more questions lined up for you. And the second question po natin, ma'am, this is from Mr. Eugene. All right. The question po ni Mr. Eugene, is it necessary po ba na ilagay pa yung mga photos ng mga officials?
Saan?
Siguro po ito, ma'am, pertaining to the improvements or projects po for improvement po na ginawa sa isang organization or sa isang agency.
Saan ilalagay yung mga photos ng mga officials? Within the agency or maglalabas ba kayo ng posting sa website? It depends on the intention kasi of the posting of the photos. If it's within the agency, it will I believe the intention would be to inform people who are the parang key personnel in leading the QMS within the organization. And if you're posting this in social media, other than that, maybe this is recognizing those people who are somehow contributory to the success of the program in the organization, and that people should relate whatever they've done for the organization. Ayun, yun ang tingin ko doon. It depends, and of course we will only post photos of people if they agree that their photos will be posted. Okay, this is again in compliance with the Data Privacy Act. Yun lang po. Thank you, sir.
All right. Maraming salamat po for the question, Sir Eugene. And the last question, ma'am, directed po sa inyo. Can you provide examples of successful initiatives or policies implemented in the public sector that have significantly improved overall workplace quality and employee satisfaction?
Okay. Actually, yung examples that yung ating sharers today, no, from formerly from ARM, and now with BARM, no, and also the DPWH. The standards that they have, no, have been shared by the DAP, no, to the agencies, and so with the other agencies that DAP has assisted and is still being assisted now. We share the template, no, for the standards, and it's just up to the agencies to customize them, no, according to their own requirements. So, ito yon yung guidelines, no, and policies, no, that earlier in my presentation also I've shared a sample of a guideline, no, that we share also to the different agencies that we are assisting. So the agencies just have to customize them according to their own need nga. And I can say that with the sharers that we have this afternoon, sila na yung example ng success, no? Na implementation of QWS in their own agencies. And I can confidently say also that the other agencies, we cannot accommodate them all this afternoon, have been successful in their adoption of QMS. Kasi you can see them in the before and after photos that they display in their own offices and maybe in their own what's this, web sites, no? Nakikita doon kasi it's a good what's this, way to recognize people's accomplishments. It improves employees' morale, and it improves or it gives people the confidence, no, to sustain the program because they know that people are inspired and motivated, no, when they see the accomplishments that they've done so far in the program. Yon po.
All right. Maraming salamat, ma'am, for addressing the questions ng ating mga active participants. And
Thank you.
literally, or to say talaga, yung mga presenters natin this afternoon was one of the best examples ng mga successful initiatives when it comes to improving yung workplace quality natin. All right. Maraming salamat po ulit, Director Macariola.
Thank you.
All right. We have questions naman po addressed to Mr. Alawi. All right. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
All right.
Good afternoon,
We have
everyone.
the first question for you, sir. This is from Mr. Billy Flores. How often does your institution conduct monitoring on all offices to ensure compliance? Do you utilize checklists to evaluate the 5S practices in each office?
Yes, sir. It's just once a year lang po actually, no. An annual 5S audit or survey is sufficient. Was sufficient for us. And we do have tools, no. One of the things that we could share about tools is that the tools are evolving, no. For this year, if a tool worked or may issues, pwede po improve ulit yung audit tool natin every year para sa mas ma-cover yung 5S compliance natin. So, ang siguro, no, year in and year out, it has evolved. And one thing that we could share is that we started off simple, no? Napaka-simple po ng tools namin, no? Probably mga 10 questions lang for the auditors to check, no? And then it has we have improved kahit one audit lang a year. I hope that answers the question.
All right, thank you so much, sir, for addressing the question. The first question natin, we still have 2 more questions na naka-line up po sa inyo. This is from Dr. Tessie G. Ong. All right. Sir, the question is, how were you able to renovate your office in such a modern way when other government offices could not do the same due to the very limited funds, according to them. And related to this question from Dr. Tessie Ong, this is a question from Attorney Jane Aragon of DOH. While Isabela City de Basilan really has an impressive QWS, it also seems that such a huge improvement requires a lot of funds. Take, for example, even the storage box that was presented was a mega box that gives a cleaner look instead of recycled cartons. Is it possible to have such an impressive QWS with very limited funds? Or is there really a way to accomplish these best practices with very little to almost no funds? Paano daw po, sir?
Okay. For the siguro po one advantage of an LGU is that may mas control kami sa fiscal for the fiscal space, no. It's just it's a yearly thing that the instead of asking from DBM, the mayor proposes the budget every year to the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. And it's fortunate for us na medyo responsive naman po ang Sangguniang in helping us in our reform efforts, no. At the same time, it is may paraan din po to there are certain times wherein we had to make use of additional spaces, no, kahit na limited yung fund. There are offices wherein they just had to change the arrangements of the tables, no. May mga ganun po, although of course I showed the very beautiful sides of during the presentation, but there are some offices din po na although limited lang yung funds nila, medyo nag-rearrange lang po sila. So it helps if you could really discuss quality workplace quality workplace improvements in a more consultative way with the offices, para po mas issues like funding and such and client requirements are better addressed po, no. Medyo I was not able to show some parts po na hindi pa ganun kaganda, pero there were such challenges where some offices did not have funds. Pero I'm proud to say na everyone is at least medyo sumasabay, no, medyo sumasama na. The biggest issue is that proudly, no, sa Isabela de Basilan, ang ISO certification po namin is for the whole city government, no. Hindi lang po library, hindi lang po office of the city mayor, every departments po. So I showed the departments wherein nauna yung pondo na that was granted to them, no, in renovation, but there are still some offices that are still trying to catch up kasi we had to prioritize. So I think frontline services were among the priorities, and then in the second year the markets were identified as priorities. So what I could say is that depende po sa context about office, no, on how to go about it. Thank you po.
All right. Maraming salamat po, sir, for answering the questions natin from our participants. And of course, we move on to the questions lined up naman to Attorney Villafranca. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
All right. So we have questions here, sir. The first question po natin, this is from Ms. Marilyn Ritaga of DARFO. The question is, can the regional offices issue orders in the absence of department orders relative to the specific requirements of QWS?
Well, as a general rule, yung main policy itself should emanate from our central office, no? Just like our department order in QWS. But in their own respective jurisdictions, especially in terms of workplace organization, and if it is within the savings or if it is within the funds of that office and they are not violating any direct policy from the central office, they may issue orders. But our QWS and QMS are updated regularly. And so usually feedback from our regional office will be elevated, and it's the central office that issue policies regarding to workplace standards.
All right, sir. So we have another question. This is from our YouTube participants, from Miss Angeli Primero, or Primero, sorry, Primero. Where can we find the reference for doors, tables, and other specifications, sir? Or the specifications were set by DPWH?
Our specifications for our office equipment are embodied in our department order, and all our department orders are posted in the DPWH website. So they can find all my cited reference in the DPWH website.
All right, and the last question for you, sir, is from Mr. Michael Villagomez. All right, the question: just like other agencies, fund or budget is really a concern for the implementation of QWS. What are your strategies in order to come to a successful implementation in your agency?
As I presented, our QMS and QWS journey started in 2012. And so it is really not an overnight success. No, we had to slowly accumulate all of these furnitures. We have to incorporate it into our budget. And just like Sir Alawi, during the time when we were starting, we started out small. We started out with whatever we had at the moment. Nag-arrange lang kami ng mga lamesa, tinanggal namin yung mga kalat. You will be surprised to find out how much space you will create once you will just be able to remove all the clutter in your office. So you start with small steps and then try to refine and continually improve year by year. That was the strategy of the DPWH.
All right, thank you so much po, Attorney Villafranca, for answering the questions po natin. We are receiving a lot more of interesting questions, but to manage the time, I think we have the last question directed to all of our presenters or speakers. All right, this is from NPC. So the question is from Miss Gloria Faronilo. All right, the question is, what possible courses of action should be undertaken to be able to maintain the sustainability of quality workplace standards for LGUs, especially since there is a changing of local leaders every local elections? So since LGU po yung tanong natin specifically, siguro let's start to have the answer po from Mr. Alawi.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Mabigat po na tanong yan actually. We know mabigat siya kasi we know we our success was we owe our success to the change in leadership, no? At the same time, we do fear na baka hindi rin ma-sustain, no? Pero we have had instances dun sa ORG arm po before, no? Even may changes of leadership and then hindi naman na change of leadership na sustain po kasi parang you can actually while you have the luxury of implementing 5S, it's good that you can bring it down to the habit level of the employees, because whatever there's a certain I think it was mentioned in the book of James Clear that at a certain time there's a certain degree wherein the practices have matured enough within the employees themselves, that wherein whatever change in leadership, these are sustained. And we saw that in Marikina City, no? Marikina City was one of the best inspirations that we've had. We know when we visited Marikina, when we were brought there by DAP in 2014, alam namin na ilang beses nag-change of leadership. But ganun, same thing. They still had 5S. I think if 5S is well ingrained within at least the division level of the offices, they'll still advocated kahit ano pong mangyari sa leadership, no? And it's additional pressure, no? Lalo na if our 5S is coupled with the ISO certification, and it comes with the quality workplace standards attached to the one of the quality documents, and there's the pressure of the next leadership to keep up by having another being ISO certified, no? Pag nakatali po yan doon, I think it comes with, kung gusto mo ng next leader na maging ISO certified din kasi may standard siya kailangan hanapin, pasok din po yung 5S nyo with among the quality documents that are to be maintained and to be followed. Yun lang po siguro.
Alright, maraming salamat po, sir. So let's proceed sa insights naman po ni Director Villafranca, sir.
In terms of national government agencies, I think also leadership plays a role. Fortunately, we had very good secretaries. Our quality management system, ISO certifications, started from the time of Secretary Singson, and then it was sustained by Secretary Villar, and now Secretary Bunuan. But even if there is a change in leadership, I think the best practice that we did in the department is to institutionalize our policies in the form of our department orders. So our department orders are very detailed. It can be followed by any group of managers, regardless of the change of leadership. Also, we have created QMS teams, we have created work teams, and somehow also, like what was explained by Sir Alawi, the employees have already felt the advantages of a quality management system, and it appears that they will no longer back to the previous practice because they are already reaping the benefits of our quality management system in the agency.
All right, thank you, sir. And lastly, we have Director Macariola.
Wala. Okay. I couldn't agree more with our two presenters. Thank you very much for being, for sharing your best practices. Anyway, I totally agree with what they said. Okay. Lalo na, no? And that is the reason why DAP, no, is really consistently promoting this 5S, and now we have developed the quality workplace standards for adoption, no, in the public sector. Actually, the 5S concept has been promoted in the Philippines way back in the late 1980s. Okay, so madami ng mga success stories. Practically, we started in the private sector, and now we've developed the quality workplace adoption for quality workplace standards for adoption in the whole private sector. So maganda nga na itali talaga natin yan sa QMS, no, so that whatever leadership we have or whoever leaders we have, no, consistently ma-implement pa rin ang 5S natin or QWS natin. Ayun po. Thank you very much.
All right, once again, we express our gratitude to all of our speakers. And undoubtedly, our participants have gained valuable insights that they can bring back to their respective organizations. At this point of the orientation, we would like to present the Certificate of Appreciation to the speakers. All right, so the certificate reads as follows. The Development Academy of the Philippines awards the Certificate of Appreciation to the speakers for their invaluable contribution to the QWS 101 orientation on the adoption of quality workplace standards for LGUs, healthcare, NGAs, and SUCs. Given this 11th day of December 2023. Signed Attorney Engelbert C. Caronan Jr., MNSA, President and Chief Executive Officer of the Development Academy of the Philippines and member GQMC. May we call on our speaker? We have Mr. Abdul Lahim S. Alawi Jr., Chief of the Policy Development and Coordination, Ministry of Human Settlements and Development. Thank you, sir.
You.
And also we have Director Michael S. Villafranca, Human Resource and Administrative Service of the Department of Public Works and Highways.
Thank you.
Salamat po, sir. Our heartfelt gratitude to all of our speakers for their valuable time and expertise. May I now invite everyone here in Zoom to please turn on your camera for a brief photo opportunity with our speakers. All right, please turn on your cameras sa ating mga participants, and we'll have this photo opportunity para sa kasama ng ating mga speakers. All right, we have a lot more of panels here. All right. Sige, let's wait for the others po to turn on their cameras. Ayan. Okay, so please hold your smiles kasi hindi natin alam kung saang panel tayo. Ayan, we have 14 panels, 16 panels. All right, so please hold on your smiles. Sige, let's start. All right, nadagdagan pa tayo, 18 panels. Ayan, sige. Let's hold on our smiles as we capture this photo opportunity with our speakers in 3, 2, and 1. All right, going to the next panel, 3, 2, and 1. Next panel, 3, 2, and 1. 3, 2, and 1. And we have 6 more panels to go, 3, 2, and 1. Sige po, hold on your sweetest smiles. 3, 2, and 1. Down to last 2 panels. 3, 2, and 1. And on to our last panel, 3, 2, and 1. All right? All right. Maraming salamat po again to all of our speakers and to all of our participants. Your engagement in this orientation has been so great, and thank you for making this orientation a success. Let us know what are your takeaways in this orientation. Please type it in our chat boxes, both in Zoom and on YouTube, or raise your hand to open your microphone. All right, let us know what are your insights or takeaways na nakuha po dito sa ating orientation mula sa ating mga presenters. All right, let me see on our chat boxes responses from our participants, from our Zoom participants and YouTube participants. So we have almost 900 or over 900 participants in Zoom. All right, sige. Let me read some of the responses ng ating mga participants. We have here, quality workplace standards start at the top. Leadership plays a pivotal role in setting the tone for a positive work environment, influencing organizational culture and ensuring that quality is a shared value throughout the organization. Right? We also have prioritizing employee well-being is integral to a quality workplace. When employees feel supported and their well-being is a priority, it positively impacts morale, productivity, and the overall quality of work environment. Another conclusion natin or takeaway from our participants, quality workplace standards involves striking a balance between leveraging technology for efficiency and preserving the human touch, combining technological advancement with interpersonal connections enhances the overall quality of workplace experience. All right, let me read one more from our participants. Cross-departmental collaboration foster a cohesive and integrated workplace. Breaking down silos promotes collaboration, leading to a more efficient and higher quality work environment. Alright? So napakagaganda ng mga naging takeaways ng ating mga participants mula sa presentations ng ating mga presenters today. We trust that after this orientation, everyone can appreciate the transformative potential of quality workplace standards. If you agree, may we get a thumbs up or heart reactions mula sa ating mga Zoom participants? Tingnan natin kung nag-agree kayo. Heart reactions, thumbs up coming in sa ating Zoom participants. How about sa YouTube po natin? Ayan, heart reactions and thumbs up coming in. Alright, maraming salamat po sa mga responses ninyo. As we close, remember that a quality workplace is a productive workplace and carry this message forward as you go back to your organizations. Special thanks to all of our participants. We reached 1,000 participants on Zoom and 500 participants in our YouTube live stream. And the speakers also for enriching this event with their expertise and experiences. A reminder to everyone to kindly fill out the Google Form attendance sheet at the link shown on screen. Our team also shared it in the chat box for your easy access. The information you provide in the attendance form will serve as the basis for the details in your electronic certificate of attendance. Please provide us some time to process your electronic certificates. It will only be issued to participants who have logged their attendance and filled out the evaluation forms. Here are the links to the forms. And also in compliance with ARTA requirements, kindly fill out the DAP Customer Satisfaction Measurement or CSM. To reiterate the clarification on customer satisfaction measurement, to ensure accurate feedback, we kindly request you to identify yourselves as external clients of the Development Academy of the Philippines. As an orientation participant, your valuable insights will contribute significantly to our commitment to quality service. And once more, to download the copies of the QWS manuals, feel free to access it through the PDC webpage. Here is the link on the screen and in the chat box. Please note that the QWS for NGAs will be released by the end of December 2023. The QWS for LGUs, SUCs, and healthcare are readily available. And printed copies of the QWS will be available by request in the next year. Also, we enjoy you to provide your inputs, comments, feedbacks, or suggestions to enhance the QWS. Please write us through the email address aido@dap.edu.ph. Again, aido@dap.edu.ph. All the presentation materials of the session will be made available after the event at this Google Drive folder. And don't hesitate to reach out if you need any further assistance or have questions as you dive into the QWS manuals, reach us at our webpage, Facebook account, and YouTube channel. And again, maraming salamat. Thank you everyone and have a great day.
After 45 years, the Development Academy of the Philippines has much to be proud of. From its small but ambitious beginnings in 1973, the DAP has grown even beyond its founding fathers' vision and expectations. Over the years, the DAP was led by these men and women whose values, passion, and innovative ideas have greatly contributed to its growth. Their competent leadership laid the foundation for the DAP's place in history. Initially, the DAP was created to train career executive service officers in government. Later, the mandate has also included strategic and policy-oriented research and idea generation, in essence being the think tank for the government. It was a good connection. What started out as small ideas have today become institutions in themselves. They were innovations that identified needs and offered solutions, and which now continue to serve the public in many different ways. The DAP's early training and education programs for government executives were also unique and legendary. They can largely be credited for a bureaucracy that has remained professional, competent, neutral, even through numerous administration changes. The DAP also contributed to national productivity and introduced the concept of wiser use of resources for better results. It was instrumental in helping local governments rise above the disasters that hit them. Today, with its cutting-edge training and education programs, the DAP not just develops high-potential executives and managers, it is also molding transformative leaders in the public sector. Leaders who are quietly and efficiently responding to people's needs.
We need to open up our graduate school to visiting professors from abroad, and also to take advantage of the technical experts coming from the APO countries of which we are a member.
The DAP continues to help the government become more effective by pushing for the results-based performance management system, which ensures that the President's vision and goals for the country are implemented correctly. In 2015, The Philippines was recognized by the APO as the Center of Excellence for Public Sector Productivity, mainly because of the programs built to streamline processes and make service client-focused. Eventually, the public can expect shorter lines and quicker service. While keeping a low profile and being content to work in the background, the DAP remains relevant and sensitive to the public's needs and expectations.
DAP as a knowledge institution is a solutions provider. DAP as an institution is exactly what our bureaucracy needs at this time. An institution that creates the best ideas for our bureaucracy to work. And that is exactly what we need in governance. Unless there is such an institution, we do not expect change to come automatically.
After 45 years, DAP's founding fathers must really be smiling.